Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today is Sunday, October 26th, and here are your new updated weekly bands and tradable levels for this upcoming week. If you guys watch my video from Wednesday and you guys go back and mark out the tradable levels that I gave you on the ES and the NQ, there is no denying that these tradable levels are as strong as humanly possible to make some money on in the markets. Looking at the ES right now, gave you guys, my video came out right around here on the 22nd. Gave you guys a tradable level at the 67.18. I mean, come on. That was maybe a point of drawdown right there. A huge move to the upside. We then come right back and retest. Got really close to that 67.18. I think it was about 6 ticks off on the second retest. But look at the origination of this huge move to the ES. There's nothing weird that it was right at the 67.18, the exact level that I gave you guys with. I can't stress it enough. Just put the tradable levels on your chart, put the weekly bands on your chart, start mapping them out, see the reactions that you get to there. I guarantee it'll make you a better trader. If we take a look at the NQ, I left you guys with a tradable level at the 25,210. This was the first retap right there. First retap that we got into it. Gave you guys about 100-point move to the upside on the first tap. Barely any drawdown whatsoever. We finally then come back. We come down. Gave you guys a tradable level to 24,955. Right after the intro, I'm going to drop down to the 5-minute. I'm going to show you all of the scalping opportunities that you had right here on the retest. And then we came right back up again to this level, the tradable level. That's a 100-point move right to the downside. Right back on the retest. I'm telling you, chart them up. Follow these levels. If you haven't, I provide every Sunday, I send an email report. I think the list of people that have requested the reports over 1,300 people now. You just go to my website, which is robstrades.com, and put your name and your email address right there on the homepage. It'll pop up and you'll get that report. If you do it today, you'll start to get those report next Sunday and all of the following Sundays. For everybody that's already submitted their information, you'll receive this report here probably the next hour or two. So let's get into the intro. Let's get into some the new weekly bands, the new tradable levels, and I want to drop down to the 5-minute here just to show you guys some scalpable opportunities beyond the obvious that you guys have already seen on the ES and the NQ. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is a risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, let's jump down to the 5-minute and let's get down to this this tradable level right here. All right, here we go. So this is your first tap right here at the 24,955. This was good for about 20 points on the first tap. We finally, I think we tapped it twice. We finally got through it a little bit. Market made a nice move. Where'd it come back to? What level? Exactly at the 24,955. And that's the origination of this move. I don't even want to count how big this was, but it had to have been several hundred points off this retest right here. Then we come right back to the level that we had at the 25,210. Look at the reaction to the dot, to the tick, to the point. Huge move back to the downside. So again, these tradable levels they're based on volume. It's areas. If you guys have been watching my stream, so I've been live streaming every single morning at the open, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. You guys see that I map out 3 to 4 setups every single day. And it's not a coincidence that those are the areas that you have really nice reactions to. You guys see live on stream that those are majority of my setups are hitting TP1 and TP2. I'll leave you guys with some of the some of the setups here towards the end of the video. But I just can't stress it enough. It's the easiest way. You've got a roadmap here for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then make sure to watch my video on Wednesday, which is where you would have been able to capitalize on all of these levels that I gave you, because the updated levels came out on Wednesday, on the 22nd. And that's what would have got you this. That's what would have got you this. And that's what would have got you the setup on the ES. So with that being said, let's start off with the NQ. I need to make some adjustments to our bands. We're going to start with this first one. I believe this guy's going to get moved down just a tad, which he's going to sit now at the 25,208 down to the 25,118. All right. And then I can get rid of this tradable level right here. You did it. You did your job. I'm going to get rid of the tradable level to 24,955. You also did your job. And don't need to make any adjustment to this band, but I do need to add 2 more bands in between here. We had a lot of really decent price action on Friday. We had a nice, pretty nice move to the upside, and that has left a good amount of clues for us. So let me get our next band put in here, and this one's now going to sit at the 25,015 down to the 24,937. Okay, this is where this new band is going to be sitting at. 25,015 down to the 24,937. High volume needs to get rebalanced. Difficult for it to get through. It's going to need high impact news, headline news, or multiple retail touches to finally break through these bands. And our last update is going to be, this guy's going to now sit at the 24,912 down to the 24,826. There you go. So these are your 3 new bands for this week. These 2 bands, you could say, Rob, why don't you just make a case for just combining these 2? Well, that's not how they play out on my charts. So there is a little bit of a buffer here in between, little sandwich job here on these 2 volume bands. But this is an area, a big area of interest for the NQ to rebalance out the volume sitting right here. But it's got to get through this band at the 25,208 before getting down to here, obviously. Now, as far as new tradable levels, let's map those out. The first tradable level is going to be sitting at the 25,450. Okay, so right below where price action currently sits. Second level is going to be at the 25,313. Again, 25,313. And don't forget, we still have a tradable level down here at the 24,703. Okay, so these are your new updated tradable levels for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then watch my video on Wednesday evening, which will give you your updated bands and levels for Thursday and Friday. If I switch over to the ES is pretty simple. I just have to make an adjustment to this top band, which is going to sit at the 67.52 down to the 67.19. Beautiful. And this level I can get rid of. And so we've got 2 tradable levels below us, okay? And these are good levels, 66.72, 66.48. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any new tradable level on the ES. And you're going to say, Rob, why not? You always leave us with a few good juicy nuggets to trade from, especially on the ES. Well, the issue with the ES is that right before I ended the stream on Friday, I left everybody with a beautiful tradable level, actually the entire setup, TP1, TP2, and stop loss. And that hit for TP1 and 2. So that one kind of stole the thunder because now I don't have anything from that tradable level that I left you guys with down to the high probability setup at the 66.72 and the 66.48. The only adjustment you need to make right now is this tradable band, or I'm sorry, the weekly band. And most importantly, join the live stream. You'll see 3 to 4 setups every single day. Let you see, watch them play out in front of your eyes as to what how powerful these setups with volume combined with my levels, and sprinkle in a few tools into there, just volume based tools, and man, you've got a great winning setup. Just to go over some of the setups, if I scroll down to Friday, Friday was a fantastic day. So these were setups that we took all on stream. Took a long on the Nasdaq at the 25,472 TP1 TP2 hit. We took a long on the ES at the 68.18. Remember that level I gave you guys? It was a tradable level that I gave you guys on Wednesday. We took that one for a nice win. TP1 and TP2. And I believe this is the one that I left everybody with on Friday, right at the end of stream. Taking a long on the ES at the 68.29, targeting TP1, TP2. You got both. Let's keep going. This was the 22nd. So this was took a nice ES long at the 67.16, TP1, TP2. And these weren't even all of them. This is just what I remember to take screenshots of. Took a short at the 67.16. Again, TP1, TP2. Took that one live stream. Another one, nice long at the 67.36, TP1, TP2. And they just keep going. So the setups are there. I'm having a blast with the stream. It's encouraging to see a lot of the same people coming on, and then obviously a lot of the new people just kind of watching how I analyze the market, what I see. I think my commentary is pretty good, and again, just having a lot of fun with it. So if you want to get a very clean report, just go onto my site. It's robstrades.com. Put your name and email. Pop-up will come up on the homepage. Put it in there. You'll get the report. Join me live stream Monday through Friday, 8:30, right at the market open. And again, if you're interested in any of the prop firms that I'm affiliated with, including Apex, Funded Ticks, Tradeify, or Take Profit, just use code TraderRob, and that helps the channel just a little bit. With that, happy trading, everyone. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Take care.